I'm back. Rodrance for our Black and White Network. Well, keeping track of Lori Lightfoot's failures in Chicago is quickly becoming a thing around these parts. I saw this article and I said, oh shit, that's a video. Because it sort of baffles the mind what's going on up there in Illinois. But it's much like many states and or cities, Portland, Seattle, around the country where crime is running rampant, and it seems that the one thing that they all have in common is Democratic mayors, Democratic governors, Democratic DAs, all the above. What do they also have in common? Things like defunding the police and or yanking the balls off their police department so they can't actually do their jobs. Number one, let's just start this out. Let's start it out with the weekend tally of violence in Chicago. How about 48 shot? 48 shot. Just shy of 50. 5 people are dead. And that's according to the Chicago PD. And then this comes out. Okay, this is from Fox News. And it's from a couple of days ago, because it seems Chicago Democrats all of a sudden lost their tongues. They can't seem to explain why in 2021 they had the lowest arrest rate in 20 years, even though crime is surging everywhere. Imagine that. Well, it's because they've, again, removed the sacks from their police department. That's not the police department's fault. But that would be one Lori Lightfoot, one Kim Foxx, one J.P. Pritzker, or however in the hell you say your name, Pritzker. Who gives a shit? You suck. Okay, let's look at this. Elected Democrats in Chicago remained silent when asked by Fox News Digital how they planned on addressing plummeting arrest numbers and police morale in the city while crime has surged since 2020. Chicago police made arrests in 12% of crime cases in 2021. How is that possible? The lowest rate since 2001. How is that possible? As sweeping changes have been made in recent years as to how the department patrols the streets, including, and you're going to love this, restricting vehicle pursuit policies, and this just kills me, ending foot pursuits. If a suspect runs from an officer, or if someone commits a minor offense, they don't go after them. I mean, say that out loud. You know, I could laughingly say, shit, here in Texas, we're going to say stop or we'll shoot, and then we'll shoot. I mean, that's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Fox News Digital reached out multiple times to all these offices in question for comment. They didn't say a damn thing. Chicago has been rocked by crime in recent years. Homicides skyrocketed in the city 2020 following a drop in violence from the previous 3 years. The Windy City recorded 770 homicides in 2020, up 50% compared to 2019. Last year, the city broke a 25-year record when they surpassed 800 homicides. Now, somehow, some way, shootings and killings are down this year, 17%, and 10%. They're down this year. Keep that in mind. They're down. 48 shot over the weekend. I hope that's not really considered a win up there. However, the city is still on pace to break the 600 homicide benchmark by the end of the year. The number of traffic stops and tickets have also dropped. The number of investigative stops fell more than 50% between 2019 and 2021. The overreaction to the fentanyl Floyd case. Additionally, the Chicago Sun-Times analysis showed that fewer crimes are being reported to police by residents and officers on the streets. I'm sure they're not, because they're like, what is there to bother? They're not going to do anything. Man, that's jacked up, but that's exactly how those citizens are feeling up there. Quote, I'm not shocked that our governor, mayor, and state's attorney refused to comment. Alderman Anthony Napiano of Chicago's 41st Ward, my God, Ward, told Fox News Digital their policies have led to the increase in crime and decrease in arrest. Just look at state of Illinois' recently passed crime bill, the Safety Act. Oh, God. Or the Chicago's Police Department's most recent policy regarding chasing criminals on foot. And don't forget the state's attorney's track record of lowering felony offenses to misdemeanors and putting criminals back on the streets within hours. It's all disgusting. He also added the situation in Chicago represents a political strategy motivated by the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, the Squad. The socialists are implementing policies that handcuff our police officers and restrict them from doing their jobs. Then when crime gets out of control, they blame the police. There's more than one way to skin a cat. This is a new script for defunding the police. The end goal is to destroy police departments and implement their own. In addition to rising crime, lenient sentencing policies have often resulted in violent criminals being released back on the streets, have resulted in police officers thinking twice before arresting certain criminals. Wow. A police officer told the Chicago Sun-Times last week that officers hesitate interacting with, quote, criminals with guns due to prosecutors having a tighter grip on approving felony charges against criminals. In the past, I might see a guy with a gun in his waistband. I'd jump out and chase him. An officer told the outlet, quote, no way I'd do that now. In other words, it's not worth it because the Democratic Socialist leadership up there is not going to do a damn thing about that guy with a gun. Wow. Vote these people out. Retired Chicago Police Chief of Detectives Eugene Roy told Fox News Digital last week the morale department is low in part due to officers believing that elected officials don't have their back. You're not wrong. They don't. Quote, there's a fear among police officers that if they do the right thing, politics or other considerations, racial considerations might come into play and they might end up getting jammed, fired, criminally charged for doing the right thing. I'm pretty sure that police officer just said the police department is officially afraid to arrest black folks because they don't know if they're going to be the ones that are in a bind. Wow. Wow. It's unbelievable that that's where we are. 48 shot, 5 fatally in Chicago. Police officers, they're handcuffed. The police officers, they're the ones that's handcuffed. Lori Lightfoot is a failure of monumental proportions. Kim Foxx, that governor up there as well. You got people that work in Kim Foxx's office just bailing out. I'm done. She don't want to prosecute anybody. We're out of here. Lori Lightfoot, she's busy at Lollapalooza talking about my band Metallica. Should never come out of her mouth. Oh, I'm a huge Metallica fan. No, you're not. Go sit down. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Lori Lightfoot is starting to become a real thing on this channel. I mean, she flies right in with the Ted Wheelers and the Jenny Durkins and anything that Soros has had something to do with. You know, funding behind the scenes, these socialist Democrats. They're running that city into the ground, and the only way this is going to stop, you've got to quit voting for these folks. If you're a lifelong Democrat, you need to understand what used to be a more centrist, slightly left of center Democrat. It does not exist in your positions of power. You have the Squad in there. You have people that are radically woke, radically progressive, and in turn, it makes them dangerous. They should not be in charge of shit. Nothing. Much less around a police department, anything to do with criminals. They're letting the criminals run the city. Plain and simple. Tell me what you think. Black and White Network supporters, peace. I'm out. Till next. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.